God is saying to you, do not be afraid. I am with you to help you and to transmit some of my strength to your areas of weakness. When both your strength and your wits have run out, I shall be present to extend myself into the struggle that you are going through and the circumstances necessary to fulfill what I have pledged to do. I committed to delivering a result. I have promised to do something, and I do not intend to break my promise because I do not want to let anyone down. Believe me, and put your faith in the conclusion that I laid out for you at the very beginning. Know that I have set a vision in your heart, and that nothing in your life will hinder you from bringing that vision to fruition. Because it is now my time, that means it is now your time. It is a time of accomplishment and blessing for you, as well as the era in which everything that I have promised to take place in your life comes to fruition. Today is yet another day spent climbing to new heights and navigating your way through the clouds of my glory. You are breaking through the fog of confusion and arriving at a place of clarity and comprehension right now. You have expressed a desire for a deeper comprehension, and as a direct response, you have received that very thing. The act of asking is what differentiates a follower from a disciple. Those who are uninterested and casual will look away in boredom and disinterest because you have asked, yet you have. And because you have requested, I will give you some of the manna, including the manna that is hidden away in the innermost part of my spirit. God says, if you show renewed interest in me today, I will come to meet you and take you to the pavilion that I have prepared for you. Even though you do not have any clothes on, I will escort you behind the lattice. I will clothe you in my splendor and give you a ring of authority to wear on your hand. Your request will be considered and responded to in due time. I'll show you a secret place where prayers are heard and answered, and I'll tell you all about it. I'll take you to a place that doesn't let in people who are just passing through or who are only interested in themselves. There is room here for you to sit down and relax. Please remove your shoes before entering the holy ground that lies ahead. God has said that the key to knowing lies and being still. The adversary cultivates a setting with a continuous flow of input and the diversion and the hope that it will cause you to stop paying attention to my presence. You can find me exactly where you are focusing your attention because that is where I will be. I am taking you to the area where deep speaks to deep. There is a part of you that can only thrive in the profoundness of my presence and the song of the whale that is my spirit is calling out to you. I will not leave you there gasping on the beach by yourself. I will bring you inside myself and speak with you in the depths beyond the diversions of natural things. So prepare yourself, God says. I will communicate with you and you will know me as well as I know myself. I will know you as well as I know myself. I'll walk you through a one-of-a-kind passage for my person. I will immerse you in the rivers of closeness that religious philosophies sarcastically derides. They have acted as an obstacle for you. They are not going to go in, and they are not going to let anyone else go in either. They will not bring you any closer to me because of the value that they provide to your life. Leave, my beloved, or I will compel you to partake in the consumption of the hidden manna. The rock will provide you with your drinking water. You are going to make it through the environment of my deep and even thrive there. God is letting you and your family know that He has something wonderful in store for you all. I'm going to take you to the next level. Your breakthrough is starting to take place. The most fruitful years of your life are still in front of you to come. If you believe, give this video a like, and if you do, say Amen. God asserts that every one of my roads leads to tranquil destinations. If you bow down in worship, you'll find what you're looking for. When feelings of fury and frustration arise, remind yourself that this is not the true essence of who you are. From the very center of your spirit, where I sit as Lord, I want to see life. The prayers of the people are heard and answered there. My revelation then serves as your illumination, ushering you into my care and providing for you in the present. God warns that there may be moments when you won't be able to tell where you left off, and I'll start up where you left off. I am imparting both my power and my wisdom upon you. My thoughts and knowledge supply everything necessary for life and godliness. I have placed my hope in you as a wellspring of supply, safety, and rest for myself and others. You are the one who is falling behind in every gift, since I am who I am. My very presence contains a well from which you can draw, as well as a river that flows out to satisfy all of your life's requirements and requirements for happiness. Please keep in mind that the concept of resting in my spirit has absolutely nothing to do with passivity. I talked and made for the first 6 days, and on the 7th day, while I slept, my creation continued to make things under the instructions I gave it. You should follow the same instructions as I have given to you. Know that the rest I have for you is the rest of one whose warfare has ended and the reaping season has begun. This is the rest that I have for you. You must persevere in planting the seeds of your faith. Your ambitions and expectations will not come to naught. God says, I am opening your eyes to the answers that are all around you, says God. Look around you. Even though I stood before the Jews of the first century in all of my glory as the incarnate God, they had no concept of who I was. Their lack of belief clouded their judgment completely. They screamed out, "Crucify him!" As soon as they saw what they had been expecting to see, a vicious servant was unable to see the burning celestial chariots and horses that were all around them, because he was unable to look past the chariots and horses that belonged to the enemy. It was only when the chariots of the Lord were there that the chariots of the adversary emerged. God says to open your eyes and have a full comprehension of the ramifications of the threats posed by the adversary. They are the truthful expression of the fact that exactly the opposite is available to you through my hand, because I cured you via the wounds that I bore on the cross. The adversary is now trying to destroy your health, simply since my provision is readily available. He threatens your financial stability. He assaults your loved ones and family members just because the day of their deliverance is drawing near. Do not be terrified, and do not allow yourself to be led astray. If you can train yourself to look through the eye rather than simply with the eye, you will see that my kingdom is brimming with promise and goodness all around you. God has proclaimed that there would be no more howling at night. There is no longer any need to speculate or hold your breath. I am not a God who keeps people waiting. I am the God who is attentive to your supplication and prompt in my response. If you come to me in your time of trouble, I will listen to what you have to say. Examine the assertions that time and circumstance make about the situation, and you will find that it is never too late, and that I am always on time. In the circumstance that you are currently in, there is information that you do not yet possess. I am getting to the bottom of things and revealing them. You will then see my stamp on the situation, and you will realize that I am laboring assiduously to better your position. Keep in mind that I do not place any importance on your misery. I am not involved in some covert operation that requires me to stand idly by with my arms folded while you ride in pain and yell for help. That is not consistent with who I am. Certain people teach such rubbish, but they have no understanding of the cross. Because the cross paid the full price, there is no need for you to suffer or go through any kind of struggle before you get your response. Then you should feel joy in your heart today because the prayers you have offered have been heard, and I will personally see to it that you are delivered from your predicament. God says to allow the wisdom you gain from the aforementioned to affect the way you go about your day. My guidance will make your heart first clean, then tranquil, and it will be easy to beseech and convince you of its validity. Permit the distractions and challenges of the day to taint the purity of my presence that is already present inside you. There are people in your environment who have an insatiable appetite for strife and will not let up until they have deprived you of your tranquility. God is communicating to you that it changes on the horizon that will propel you forward into the fulfillment of your destiny. You are about to experience a time of great blessing. I am going to pour twice as much good fortune and favor upon your life from this point forward. A blessing of love is mine to bestow upon you in compensation for all of the difficulties, challenges, and heartaches that you have gone through. If you have faith in this video, give it a like.